So hi, I'm sitting in my hometown at Brighton and I'm on the beach, and I wanted to talk to you actually direct because recently I feel like I've gone through quite a big transformation in my life, and not just because I went through a breakup at the weekend just before Valentine's Day, but because I had a different attitude about it, and it's really shifted something deep inside me. I think what I was trying to do was I was trying to fit into a box. I was trying to fit into what I thought was expected of me. I thought that in this relationship I had to be something other than myself, that I had to fit myself into this expectation. And in doing that, I set myself up for failure. I set myself up for gradually, slowly but surely, becoming more and more miserable and more unfulfilled. And yeah, I think miserable and unfulfilled is enough. And so leading up until this point of breakup, and it came after sort of many times of us both trying really, really hard to make it work and to make ourselves fit. And it just wasn't working that way. And so after yet another misunderstanding, we both parted ways on Friday night. And this time I thought, I'm not going to run after it. I'm going to just sit take it at face value and just go, okay, fine, let's deal with the next chapter. And so Saturday came, and I told a couple of very close friends, and they suggested that we all go out together dancing on Saturday night. And so as much as part of me didn't feel like dancing, I thought, do you know what? Yes, I'm going to spend this time with my friends. So we went out dancing to White Mink, dressed in our 1920s gear, and had an amazing night dancing. And then something incredible happened. It's hard to describe, really. Well, I guess I'll pinpoint it on the moment that I decided that I wasn't going to look back. So for me, that came posting a little call out to my friends on Facebook to say, gather round please, it's going to be a little bit of a rough ride for the next few months. And the response that I got was astonishing. The fact that I had reached out like this on a public social media channel isn't my normal style. I normally keep things like that for personal contact, for very close friends that I confide in. But this was, I wasn't going into any of nothing nasty at all. It was just simply a call out. But for me, it was a punctuation. It was a moment where I decided that this was going to make it real, that I was not going to look back anymore. I was not going to fit myself into a round peg into a square hole anymore. And since then, I have been overwhelmed with lovely suggestions of things to do, offers of teas, coffees, dinners, people that I haven't seen for a while, coming back towards me and going, hey, I'm here, I'm your friend, I know who you are. And it's been so inspiring, and it reminded me of my own principles, that no one is ordinary, that no life is ordinary. And so Don't you dare go fitting yourself into a square hole if you're a round peg. If you're a sparkly unicorn peg, if you are an amazing, incredible, multi-dimensional human being with multifaceted enjoyments in your life, don't go trying limiting that. Remember who you are and remember to celebrate life. And that very night, my love had a very similar transformation in his own world. And that night I received 2 videos in my inbox of him singing and playing guitar. Something that he'd never done before, and it was absolutely amazing. And he'd edited the lyrics for me, and it was sweet and generous and romantic and funny and touching and beautiful. He then sent me a poem. He then confessed that he had been trying to fit himself into a square hole, and he was a round peg or a hexagonal peg, just a collection of infinite possibilities, and that those possibilities had been seemingly limited just by circumstance, by society's expectations. And in thinking that society expects us to be something, and in trying so hard to fit into that kind of what is a family unit and what is a couple and what should, all the shoulda, woulda, couldas. And then resisting more and more, looking to the past and to the future, but being sort of robbed of the present moment. And I really felt on a profound level that he had arrived in the present moment with me. And since then, there's been no promises, there's been no expectations, but there's been a lot of being in the moment. We were due to go on a special date for Valentine's Day, the day after Valentine's Day. So we decided to do it anyway, not to miss out on the opportunity. So I spent yesterday going indoor skydiving and skiing. We drove up to Milton Keynes and we went out for an incredible day, and I felt alive. And oh my God, I'd recommend indoor skydiving to anyone. Go and do it, it's so amazing. And do all the extras as well. Do the bit where the instructor takes you and spins you around in the tunnel so that you can barely breathe. And so exciting that it just takes your breath away. And most of the dribble too. I feel like this has reminded me, this whole experience has actually woken me up to myself and given me a big slap around the face. That none of us should ever try to fit into this imaginary box that we create for ourselves. That you are unique. You are the only collection of cells and energy and experiences and memories and beautiful heart that will ever grace this planet, that is in the shape of you. There is no other you in all of time and space. There is no other me. There's none of any of us. The only thing that we have is now. And if we go and spend it living up to expectations, then we're wasting the very moments that we could be spending giving of ourselves, giving our most inspiring self to the world and to this life. So today and every day, do something that inspires you. Today, something that inspires me is sitting on this beautiful beach with the West Pier there in the background and this gorgeous sea. I don't get down here enough. Yesterday, skydiving. Today, sitting on the beach for 10 minutes to talk to you. What are you going to do that inspires you today?